This is Irontrader, and this is midday trading. So I want to do a little updating here, see what natural gas is doing and what crude oil is doing, and then we're going to look at a natural gas stock, Comstock Resources, CRK. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell a stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, before we get into natural gas, I just want to show you this right here. This is the futures. So if you want to punch up bar chart, you can just get this anytime you want. It tells you all the contracts that are going to be coming up here. Okay, so we're going to be going into the contract roll here on Sunday night. So you can see here as it progresses, you know, from May to June, you can see where the price is just starting to get up. July, August there, all the way on up here, you can see where you're going to go into 25 and you're going to be back up into 3 levels here. Okay, so just always keep this in mind. I said if you want to punch it up, it's real convenient. Just go to barchart.com. It's all right there for you. Okay, let's get to the charts. Okay, here we have natural gas. Now I can see here it really hasn't done a whole lot here today so far. I did get a scalp here from pre-market on UNG. So I got 20 cents out of UNG, which is okay. And KOLD here, I got 3/4 of a point there so far on KOLD. So it's been really, really tight. But again, if you can get in and out, same way with the crude, UCO, I already scalped that twice, and I got 50 cents out of that. So what you have to do is just go, you know, when you hit a market like this, it's like watching paint dry. You just have to take small scalps, okay? So if it's 10 cents or 20 cents or 25 cents or whatever you can get out of that, that's what you want to do here when you get days like today, okay? So you get the market. The market is, well, it's down. You know, Dow's down like 110. NASDAQ's down about 102 and S&P's down about 20. But this is just pretty flat going into this time of the year. So don't get excited. Eventually, this pullback will get bought. We're going to go with the earnings season here, especially with the technology, and that should all be really good. Now, Goldman Sachs had good numbers there. So, you know, this is kind of leading the way. So don't get too excited. But when you get markets like this, just take what you can get, okay? Don't take what you want, and don't force any trade, okay? Sit on your hands, do whatever you got to do, but don't force something that just is not there. Okay, now, what do we have here? Today's low here, we got down to 1.66. Yesterday's low, we have 1.649. So far today, we just have an inside day. Okay, so it's not really doing nothing. Your high is only 1.71. Your low is 1.66. So there isn't much range. So just take what you can get if you're scalping these trades. Okay, so this is what we have. So what we really want to do is watch. Bottom line is yesterday's low, 1.649. That's going to be very, very key. And then we have a next level is going to be 1.60. But realistically, what you're looking for here then is going to be the retest of 1.589. That's going to be very, very key level. But when you look at this chart here, you got a low, higher low, higher low, higher low. It doesn't look like much because she's old flat ski. But again, overall, it's really not that bad. So what we want to do on the upside here is you want to watch today's high, 1.715. Then we come to the bottom of this candle here, 1.731. And then right there, you pretty much have 1.76. There's your 50-day, your 8-day, and your 21-day. Everything's all jammed up right there. That's going to become big-time resistance. If you can get above that, then what we do is we look to yesterday's high, 1.80, and then we just follow the candles, 1.85, 1.89, you have 1.92, and then your retest of 1.943. Now, with that contract roll, this is what we had last time, okay? So you want to kind of pay attention to that. So we had that low coming down here, and then we had the contract roll that pumped up, and then what we did is we start getting to this nice sequence here. So we got to see if it's going to happen again. Now, it might not, just like when we had the 2 reds and 3 greens, 2 reds, 3 greens, 2 reds, 3 greens, and that was the end of it, okay? So right now here, watch yesterday's low, very, very key level, 1.64. If that's lost, 1.60 is the target, and then the next level here is going to be 1.589. Upside, realistically, you want to watch all this congestion. 1.76, this is everything. This is your 8, your 50-day, your 21-day. You got to get above that, and once you close above that, then we can look to the top of that candle at 1.80. Now we look here on your weekly chart. By Friday, what did I do there? Okay, by Friday, what we want to do is it really needs to close above this key 8 SMA here, 1.743. So you got, today's only Wednesday. We got 2.5 days here left. If it doesn't, then what we're going to have is going to probably a scenario like this here, okay, where you're going to be popping up against that 8 SMA, popping up against it, and it just isn't going to work, okay? So that's what you got to look at. So you're going to have sideways to down. That's reality, okay? So let's take a look here on hourly and a 4 hour. Okay, here we have your 4 hour chart. Now you can see here, well, we're holding this level right here, 1.649. That's exactly what we're doing. But again, you can see it's not much. Okay, we had a nice rally up here, but you got to watch that 21 day right into it, and it couldn't get through. Now you're coming right on back down again. Okay, but again, at 1.649, we did fill this gap right here. That's very, very nice at 1.649. Now the next level we're looking for, look to the bottom of that candle. You're looking at 1.60. So all your numbers are right up there. So I just posted right up there. See that 1.604. That's what we're looking for next, and then 1.58. A 9, that is going to be the big retest. Really needs to hold that. But right now, it's just really doing a whole lot of big nothing burger going on, okay? So just watch that 1.649 on the bottom. And basically on the top there is that 1.76, where all those key simple moving averages are. Now, we stair-stepped all the way down here. But again, now your price channel is starting to curl up here. We got to see here exactly what we can do. But again, you got to get through all this resistance here. So you have, okay, 1.67, you have 1.68, and then you have your 50-day 1.69. And then you could rally up here 1.73, and then we have the nice retest that we did yesterday at 1.82. Right below it is 1.78. But again, that's what we have to see. But right now, we just have that sideways action pretty much like we have here. Now, the question is, we had sideways action, and then she just dropped down. We're going to have the same thing here and retest this 1.58, or is it going to hold and rally up? But again, right now, we have small scalps going. That's all you want to do. I do the UNG for the long, and I do the KOLD there for the short. Just whatever you can get out of that. If it's 20 cents, if you think. But again, remember, I'm trading, like on UNG, I'm trading 5,000 shares. So 20 cents, well, that's $1,000, okay? On KOLD, I'm trading 2,000 shares. So if you can get a half a point or a point, you're going to be making money, okay? So just trade bigger, but just don't look for too much. That's the key. Okay, let's take a look here at the old crude ski. Okay, here we have crude oil. Now you can see where she is coming off. You got a low today of 83.97, so that just below here what we have in that 84.13 on your 21 day. Let me just bigger up a little bit. Okay, so that's what we're looking to hold, is that 84.13, that 21 SMA here, okay? If not, what do we do? We're going to come down to this candle right here, okay? So what you're looking at is 83.85. So far, the low is 83.97, so we are holding that, okay? That is very key. Now, we did lose this 84.49 here temporarily. We got to see how this is all going to finish. I just don't like right there, okay? 85.53, see this 8 SMA, see how that's rolling over? Now look what happens with that price, okay? You can't get through it. It's tough as hell. I mean, this is one badass freaking simple moving average, you know what I'm saying? And it just keeps on rolling. When that rolls, if it comes and crosses that 21, say goodnight, Irene, because she's coming lower, okay? So always remember that. That's why I'm just taking small scalps in this, because I don't trust anything unless you hold that 21 SMA. Right now, you are just like barely right on that, okay? So what we want to do is the key level you're looking for is at 83.85, and then we'll come right there at 83.21, and then you have 83.12, okay? Now again, if this 21 day is lost on a closing basis, then we can just follow these candles. You got 82.50, you got 81.62 here, and then you're looking right there at this 50 SMA at 80.61 and 79.67, okay? So, and then your price channels right there at 80.30. So right this area here is what your target would be. But always look to the left here, because it just might hold the top of that, or you come right down here to the left, it just might hold the top of that candle there, okay? So always look to the left of the chart here, but we had this really nice run up here, but a lot of the stuff was that premium of that what's going on at the war, but right now, it doesn't look like there's any kind of retaliation so far. They ain't over, you know what I'm saying? So this was the big run up, and now we have sideways action, and look at all those red ass candles, okay? Not good. So today you want to do is watch two key levels right there, 84.12 on a closing basis, and this 8 SMA here, 85.52. That's what you're trading in until you break either one. You close below that 21 day, then we just look to the left all the way down here until we come right down to that 50 SMA. Now, I don't like this. RSI is rolling over pretty hard. Your green crossed the red. I said I don't like that at all. This is still good here for the week. This bullish flag here is not looking good at all. Okay, so this is now setting in too much low here. This is kind of like negated now. So this is not looking good, and it could possibly get down to this 82.35 here level, or even maybe, you know, that this is sitting on both about 82.35, 82.36. So they're pinched right there. But again, as long as this would hold for the week, it still would be okay. Okay, that's the key word, okay. But it's nothing to write home about as far as this. So again, with the crude oil, scalps. Long, short, I do the UCO for the long, SCO for the short, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just taking 20 cents here, 25 cents there. Whatever I can get out of that is what I'm going to be doing here. But again, if you look at the end of the day, you say, oh, geez, I got $1 out of UCO. I got $1 out of SCO. You know what I'm saying? By the time you add it up, you say by the time 5,000 shares, well, this is not looking too bad. Okay, let's take a look here at CRK. Okay, CRK is Comstock Resources. Now, this is the one I do trade, okay, for the simple reason a lot of time it doesn't really do that big of a volume here, but again, it does. Now, the reason I like this is Jerry Jones, the owner of Dallas Cowboys, owns a controlling interest, and I think he's got over 80%. He owns this. Okay, so this is more like they do oil, but the main thing they do is the natural gas play. Okay, now the one reason I do like it because Jerry Jones is in it, and with this guy's ego, I don't even know how he fits in that Dallas stadium with that ego of his. However, I don't think he's going to let this fail. Now, I made a lot of money off of this here over the time since I've had it. But again, you've got to really trade this. It doesn't do really a big buy and big movements. But again, if you can get in and then know when to get out, okay? But what I like about this chart is, see, we had a low of 707. And then we retested it here, 781, okay? Higher low. And then we come over here, and then we made a higher low. See that? I like that pattern. And then you have that nice rounded bottom action going on, okay? See that? Nice rounded bottom action, just like we had on the crude to maybe go higher, okay? So it's holding this key 21 days. So on the downside, you want to watch that 906. Then we want to watch here 865. And then you want to watch here is at 46. And then you have your retest all the way down here at 781. Okay, so that's what you want to watch. But there is a gap. Okay, so you do want to watch the bottom of that gap. That's 876. And then we want to watch that high of 840. Okay, so it's pretty tight, you know. So the key on this is the 21-day, the 100-day, the 50-day, and then you have your big retest there on the downside. Now, here on the upside, what you want to watch is this 8 SMA. That's 9.45. Okay, so if you can get above that, and then we'll just look at that top of that price channel at 996, and then if this 200-day here sitting at 1023, that's going to be very, very critical, just like we have the 200-day at 990 right there. Okay, so if you can get above that, see how that last week, see how that went in? Right into the 200-day, and then she just pulled right on back here. Now, again, if you can get above that 200-day at 9.9, and then that 50 SMA, 10.2, that is the same kind of a level right there. Then she can rip all the way up to here to the top of this candle. Then you're looking at like 1336. Now, this isn't a really big movement here. This is just something I buy and I kind of like hold. You don't really trade it. I shouldn't say that I do trade it, but it's just something that you, just another one to look at as far as an energy stock. But you do have a lot of good targets up here. Really, you want to do is look at that 1023 area right there. See, it lines up very, very nice here. If you can get above this 990 area, then you can go there. Now, again, if that could rip up, then I say you got a nice target there at that 1336, and then you can start layering up because you have a really nice target all the way up here at 2211. Okay, so if natural gas starts ripping, something goes higher there, this will rip up here very, very nicely. Okay, that's what I got for you midday trading. We had a little natty, a little crude ski, and we had a little Comstock. Okay, I'll be back later today after pick close, but probably around the 5 o'clock area, and we will review crude oil and natural gas a little bit more in depth. Now, just remember, just small scalps. Take what you can get, not what you want. That's what you're looking at. All right, thanks for watching.